Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world, wherever you are in the universe. This is Commander Swifty, the ineffectual gamer, and this is an Elite Dangerous live stream. I need to change something in my audio, so I'm just going to do it now on the fly if it's a possibility. And this is because I'm outputting to desktop, my microphone, I mean, and I shouldn't be. So I'm just going to change it. It says mute output, but it's not true, so monitor off. And it's still on. Oh, wrong one, that's why. Monitor and output that one, so I'll try that one again. Monitor only, mute the output. No, it's still doing it. Oh, because you have to close it, Swifty. You silly sausage. Right, okay, so I think that shouldn't be giving the, I don't know, I don't know what words I'm trying to say, people. Right, so let me just post this in Discord. I'm live. Okay, good. Right. So I need to change that. Just give us a second. And I'll let you know exactly what I'm doing here. So here's the story for anybody that wants to hear it. Anybody who doesn't want to hear it, well, stuff you. I have decided yet again to go on an expedition. So I am currently out in the black. Let's just get my controls down because I've forgotten which buttons are which. And interact with the term. So we are aboard the Baron von Doomski. And how the hell do I stick to the screen? Oh, it doesn't matter. Pretend we can. And we are, if we have a quick look, wherever it is, navigation, galaxy map. Okay, so you can see that we're outside the bubble. Now, we're not a long way outside the bubble at the moment, but we are in the fleet carrier. I did a couple of jumps and got it out here. And we're slowly moving towards the Veil Nebula west. And I'm doing it very slowly, going system by system, scanning as much as possible, and then actually I can sell it here at my fleet carrier. So this is nice. I'm able to sell stuff on the fly, and if there's a big accident, then I've already sold a lot of the information. Hey Techno Viking, how's it going? I was back last month, and if I'd have been streaming, could have met up for a pint or something, but I wasn't streaming then. It was too hot, so I never got round to it. So how are you doing, by the way? Are you playing Elite at the moment, or have you changed on to something else? Okay, now of course we don't want to go to the actual Veil Nebula, so what we're really looking for is a star that's going to give us a good view, and it looks like this one. Oh, I'm in the wrong flipping thing, and I have to do this from my ship. So let's come out of that. can do some planetary stuff as well. I still need to kind of get to grips with that. I haven't read anything about it yet. Oh, wrong direction. So until I read up on that, I'm really not kind of comfortable going down to planet side yet, because I'll probably kill myself like almost immediately. And also we don't want to be in the Jesus. Shit, I can't remember whether it's the back or the front. The difference is a long run. Oh no, it's the front. I was right. I had a good guess. 50-50 guess, but normally 50-50 goes against me. Okay, so E. Capitan seat.
This star is notable, with lower than average density. As you can see, it emits a white light.
Right, I was saying, so you can hear a voiceover there. This is a new bit of tech. I think I used to use it before, but it worked in a different way. And I re-downloaded it, having started to play Odyssey again, and it's pretty cool. It gives you an update on all the systems you go into, gives you information, tells you which planets are worth doing the deep scan on. So it's pretty good in that way. So I brought all my ships out with me bar one, but the main one I'm going to be using is the Nova Cunha. So I'm going to switch to this ship now.
Mothballing Jesus and moving to the Nova Cunha.
And this
Hangar
is my...
status is not available. Please verify connection to the Pilots Federation database.
Oh, that's alright, I don't need to do that. Oh, right, okay, so you just played on PlayStation. That's a real shame, you know. Can you not get like a really cheap laptop and play, you don't even have to play Odyssey, do you? I noticed the prices on stuff. I was in Stockton, and I noticed some of those kind of second-hand shops had stuff at quite a cheap price. But to be honest with you, in England at the moment, you do have to work out whether you want to pay for your electric bills or have a cup of tea. It's not an easy life. So. But nice to see you. Vale Nebula West. Can't remember the name of the thing I picked up before, but we'll work it out. So we're looking for somewhere with a half decent view. So that one looks like it's going to be good. I think this might be the one I selected before, or at least it's the one next to it. Right, so at the moment it says 8 jumps, but we're not going to be doing it in 8 jumps because that's not what you do when you're on a mission to find, boldly go where no man's gone before, although probably every man in the game's gone to the Vale West. So we're going to go via OB, A, F and G-type stars. So the reason I'm doing that is because K-type stars seem to throw in a lot of gas giants, but it generally is a lot of gas giants and a lot of rock bodies and not much else. So I'm gonna take K-stars out. I'm gonna apply this to the route, and then we're going to knock it into economical and recalculate it. So we got 41 jumps, that sounds about right. So we're going to leave the Baron von Zumski, and when we arrive, or we get close to our arrival system, we'll call the carrier over. I have brought a mining ship. So the mining ship will be for mining tritium at some point. At the moment, I do have a plan. So the Veil Nebula is the first nebula, and then we're going to go around a few others. So I don't know how long this will take. But I'm not foreseeing a future in the bubble at the moment, so I'm just going to concentrate on this and even work out all the biological stuff, landing on planets and taking samples and whatnot. So, but a new PSV, well, that's quite happy with that for now. Yeah. Hey, Marshall. Hey, how are you doing? Good to see you. Nice to see you too. Veil Nebula was the first place I went. Yeah, I think, actually, I honestly think my first trip was to Barnard's Loop, because I got stuck and then I was looking for a way through, and I didn't think about searching Google back then. And I found a way through, but then couldn't get back, so that's when I Google searched. Okay, let's do this. So we're kind of flying on the seat of our pants now. So you notice I've got 0 shields on the ship now. This is because
Disengage from local networks.
This is because I have to be very specific about the way I set my ship up. So at the moment, shield generators off, auto field maintenance is off, planetary vehicle hangar is off, because I'm not using any of them. Cargo hatches off because, as you can see, my usage is 97%. Oh, that's nice, Marshall. Yeah, I used to use one of my first ever pictures, actually. How's that PS5 doing, you techno? Are you enjoying it? I've got an Xbox X and I love it. The graphics are amazing. So, and you can see all these are like turned on, but they use 0.00001%. So, right, off we go. I might need to play around with my sound a bit during the stream, get things right, because the game sounds a bit low at the moment. Let me know how it sounds for you.
Jump in progress. The Nova Cunha is en route to the Swan CR-CD9 system. This is your first visit to the system.
Oh, do you know what? I read something about the Lemon Slice Nebula when I was looking at places to go. I'd really like to take this actually.
Main sequence Star 8 is remarkable with higher than average surface temperature and lower than average density. As you can see, it emits a yellow-white light.
I'd really like to take this
Fuel
out
at
to
maximum.
black. And then if I have an absolute need to go back to the bubble, I've got a second account that I can do that with, that I was building up with. And in fact, I might reset that account. Do a restart on it if I feel it's absolutely necessary. So, for example, with this one with the high metal content, I'm just going to scan it. I'm not going to do a deep surface scan or anything, because the
Planet AB1 is extraordinary, with an incredibly elliptical orbit, an unusually high mass at 6.3 times Earth's, an unusually high radius of over 10,000 kilometers, and an extremely high surface temperature of just over 4,000 Kelvin.
Yeah, don't you need a fleet carrier to do it? But my fleet carrier is going to follow me. So my fleet carrier is like home base, and then I've got various types of ships on it. I've actually got a Diamondback, which I was considering using for specific planetary landings.
Telemetry obtained. The Nova Cunha is traveling to the Swan CR-CD57 system. This is your first visit to the system. 99%. Fuel at maximum.
I think actually, do you know, I never really thought about it, but the way I'm out here doing this, I should have actually brought a smaller fuel tank and just jump scoop, because I could have always jumped the carrier in the system if I had an issue. So if I ran out of juice, for example, I was running out of juice, I could jump the carrier into the system, but because of the suns I pick, I shouldn't get in that situation in theory. Now why are the planets not showing up in my side panel? Game's been acting up a little bit recently and I don't know why. Oh, I know why. Swifty, you complete not a div. Oh no, hang on. It said there was 6, that must be 6 suns. Yeah, it is. Right. Yeah, the lemon slice you can only get there by fleet carrier, I think. Or maybe I'm thinking of somewhere else. Maybe I'm thinking the lighthouse gap or whatever it's called. Should have a nose see if there's anybody else online. Actually, I didn't have a look in the online list.
Telemetry obtained. The Nova Cunha is en route to the Swans KZ-BC2-7 system. This is your first visit to the system.
Oh, I need to send a text message on my phone, so just give us a second.
Starfy is notable, with a high rate of rotation at 5.1 days. As you can see, it emits a yellow-orange light. The Nova Cunha is now fully refueled.
I'll just get clear of the star. But I really need to send a text message because, or actually I'll do a voice message. So just pardon me for a second. Hi Julia, is there any chance we can move that meeting till 12? Because I have to speak to Dolores at 11. So if it's possible, thank you. Speak to you later. Bye. So yeah, let's have a look. Right, let's have a look. What are you saying? I didn't even. Oh no, I'm glad if they did a kill transfer. No chance could say start again. Yeah, I think that's a difficult decision to have to make. I did it for the 24-hour stream, which I don't know if I'd ever do a 24-hour stream again. It was hard. I think I could do it, and it's not. It wasn't terribly difficult, but bloody hell. Elite Dangerous for 24 hours? It's difficult. You'd actually think, because when you're playing Elite, time generally goes quite fast. Hang on a minute, Swifty, you're not thinking, you're not doing this right. Get into your groove. Get into the groove. Right. Find the orbit. There we go. I reckon there's one here, but I never saw it before. Maybe we have to zoom in one more. There it is. And there's the other one. Okay. So all higher metal contents to try and scan anyway. I think they had, honestly, Techno, I think they had to do the option of account transfer because it's pretty shitty that they're dropping support or dropping the game. I just think it is. I think they should have done
Jump
a code
in progress.
upgrade for
The Nova Cunha is
for
traveling to the
PlayStation
Swans
5,
GT-DC-1-5
and then say,
system.
okay, there you go.
This is
but
your first visit to the system.
They don't want to put money into it. I think they're going to stick with the PC player base and do all the narrative stuff.
This star is notable,
Again,
with
you
an
know,
unusually old age
I'd
of
be
well over
pretty-
12.5 billion
I'd be pretty
years.
peeved if I bought this
As
game
you can
on
see,
PlayStation
it emits a
5
yellow-white light.
and it not being
Fuel at
continued.
maximum.
I really do. I think I'd be quite
4
peeved.
bodies remain to be scanned.
Oh shit, I think he gave me some important information there and I wasn't listening to him. He normally tells you, like, if people have scanned it but missed stuff, he'll tell you, he'll say there's still X amount of bodies to be scanned, which is pretty cool. It's a really handy
Planet 1 is
piece.
a notable high metal content world with terraformable conditions.
So there you go, Planet 1, terraformable conditions, so I should be going and doing a deep scan, but most of these are first discovered on first map, so I'm not going to bother doing it until I find water walls, earth lakes, and of course if it's not been scanned before, I would be on it like a carb on it. No, definitely not on PS4 or Xbox One, but Xbox Series X it would work on, and apparently Xbox Series X is not far off PC, but I think the reason they didn't is because PS5 players
Jump in progress. The Nova
Kick
Cunha
off.
is heading to the Swan
but I think people have a
CR-CT59
right to
system.
kick off,
This is your first visit to the system.
personally.
This star is notable, with higher than average surface temperature. As you can see, it emits a yellow-white light.
Quite a lot, but Minimec never comes in the stream anymore.
Refueled. Body
I don't
5
think
is
so
a good
anyway, I
mapping
don't remember.
candidate.
But I don't remember Minimec coming in for a long time. I had a bit of a fright with Elazgar the other day, the dickhead. He's... got an ammonia world, nice one. He turned his WhatsApp off or whatever, and I couldn't get in
Planet 5
touch
is a
with him.
notable ammonia world with an unusually high radius of around 17,500
But I
kilometers.
knew he'd gone home, so well, he'd gone back to spend some time with his family. So I was worried he'd had an accident or something, but he's okay. He got in contact after a few days. Okay, let's go deep scan this one. Now this is either very close or very far away. Oh, it's far away. So he's alright, he's good. He had the coronavirus, but he's gotten over it. But he hasn't had the jab, and I don't think he had it before, so I was a bit worried for him. But because when he said he'd gone home, I was like, well, he's going to come across coronavirus. There's no way you can these days. But if you've had it or you've had the jab, you generally don't even notice it now. So, but he's okay. But I shit myself a little bit because we met a few years ago when I was in New York, and I keep in contact with him off stream and stuff, and we chat about this and that. We're very much yin and yang, but we seem to get on, so... Yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised people quit techno, because why do you want to stick with something that's not being supported? And it's yeah, it's sad. It's sad. It shows that they don't really care about Elite. You have to hope. In this day and age, it's quite difficult because of big tech or Wall Street has taken over gaming. So, you know, everything's changing. So I was talking to some students earlier, because they know I like gaming, they're gamers because they're kids, and we were talking about GTA 6 because of this big leak. And I was saying to them, you know, don't expect a lot from the next iteration of GTA, because Take-Two want money from the online element, so they're not interested in anything else. And the true people behind Grand Theft Auto, Rockstar Games, they're all gone. So Rockstar Games is really just a name these days, and it's nothing more. And with kind of, I hate using the term, but if you call it woke culture or whatever, things have changed, culture's changed, and I just don't know if Grand Theft Auto can survive that in its old iteration, I mean, because it blurred the lines a lot. And it's a bit of a shame that we're losing that because of various influences, woke culture and money, or Wall Street, shall we say. I think games have been hampered, but you've just got to hope that there is a small company somewhere or whatnot who look at Elite and say, I can do this, I can make something similar. You just have to hope something comes along in the long run. It's definitely could be fucking Star Citizen.
Mapping is complete. Efficiency bonus granted.
Star Citizen.
Planet 5 is a high-gravity ammonia world. This planet has active water geysers. Most prevalent in the super-dense atmosphere is ammonia and oxygen with an average surface temperature of 179 Kelvin.
I think I'm gonna turn...
You have mapped all interesting bodies.
Because I don't know if you can hear him that well, but he really gives good information. It's cool to listen to. It's a bit annoying sometimes. I have to turn it off when I'm playing offline, because I listen to quite often listen to Coast to Coast. I don't think you'll know that techno, but Marshall might. I listen to Coast and all the ghost stories and stuff, or UFO stories on there when I'm flying through the new frontier. Do you know Coast to Coast, Marshall? So yeah, I just don't think that the next GTA will be anything. However, I was really excited to see the trailer for The Last of Us yesterday. I mean, this is are we traveling to a new system? That gave me goosebumps. Coast to Coast is a late night syndicated radio show.
Telemetry obtained. The Nova Cunha is traveling to the Swansea R-CT69 system.
Covers UFOs,
This is your first visit to the system.
And a lot of crap as well. There's tons of crap. You really have to navigate it, but
You have 35 jumps left.
it's always good to listen to when you're out in the black.
Maximum fuel.
Go to there's that one, and I used to
Body
sometimes listen
AB1 has
to
very high
radio.
levels of zinc at 11.4% and large deposits of iron, nickel, zirconium, molybdenum, yttrium, and mercury. Body AB2 contains high levels of chromium and manganese. Bodies C2, C3, and C4 are recommended candidates for mapping.
Ooh. Now this is nice to see. You know they're going to be all discovered. I'm not even getting this close to the bubble. I'm not even getting excited. I did try to go a little bit off the beaten path. The only problem is some of these are going to be second star. You have to hope they're on the primary star because I'm not flying 200,000 light seconds to map them. But I will grab them. Ah, they're on the fucking second star. Dagnammit! Dagnammit! So yeah, they're on the second star, aren't they? Oh well. It was worth a bash. It was worth a go on the dodgems.
Planet C3 is remarkable, with potential for terraforming and abundant liquid water.
It's only 9,000. Wait, I'm gonna mark it. 9,000 light seconds actually isn't that far, but somebody's already at it, so... Where is this second one? Because it's not here. Ah, there it is.
Planet C4 is a remarkable water world with an incredibly inclined orbit and abundant liquid water at the surface.
So let's go hunt this down, because 9,000 seconds isn't that far. I don't know how long I'm going to last tonight and stream, people, because I had a toothache earlier and I took some painkillers, and now I'm drinking whiskey and beer, so I'm trying to go as easy as possible on the whiskey. With the painkillers I tramadol in, so I don't know if I'm going to go sideways. We'll see. I'm sorry about the extra noise, like, you can hear everything. I didn't realise the mic was that, you can hear it like when I even touch my joystick. That just sounds wrong. When I'm not going to say grab my joystick either. You get what I mean. You can hear everything. It's really weird. So I'm trying to make the microphone sound a bit more professional, but I think maybe I've pushed it in too much. Vodka and lager. Vodka? Straight? It's alright. If it's good vodka, it's alright straight. You're gonna have Coke in it. You're from Stockton. Right. Is it Portrack or Stockton? Do you know what I like straight, which is really strange, is gin. I've actually got a hankering for gin straight at times. Don't ask me why. I went to that gin place on Portrack actually. Don't know if you've been there. Still River Drinks. On Portrack in Stockton. Took my gran there, we got absolutely twatted. I'm supposed to be helping her stay on her feet. Yeah, see, I was 5 minutes from you. I went to B&M. Oh God, what's the outdoors place called? I've forgotten its name now. Yeah, there, B&M. Can't remember where else. Bloody hot day that. It's around August 25th or something. Very hot day. The Stockton Centre's locking up. It's looking nice. A few too many baguettes, but it looks nice. And all the... I didn't go to any, but all the pubs with the little bee gardens as well by the river. Quite nice. You want to try just vodka straight sometime with ice? If it's a good vodka, it's nice. All right, well, it didn't take us long to get to this one. We'll map it and then see how far away the other one is, because it was next to it in the scanner, but that doesn't tell you anything. Could have been 9,000. 9,000 light seconds in the opposite direction, so we'll see. We'll see. Oh, it's in the dark. That's a shame. You'll notice I left the game music in because I normally pay my own tracks, but I'm really liking the game music. Recently, I heard someone else playing, and they had it on, and I was like, "Oh wow, the game soundtrack's actually better than I imagined." And when you arrive at the planet, it like kind of peters out. It's really cool. So all that banging you can hear, that's my joystick. Don't worry that you can't hear Jobsworth, because I turned him down because...
Surface map is finished. Efficiency bonus granted. Planet C3 is a medium gravity terraformable water world. This planet has high levels of active silicate subsurface magma flows. The thick atmosphere is composed mostly of ammonia with an average surface temperature of 326 Kelvin. Bodies C2 and C4 are also recommended candidates to map.
Tell you what though, in the future, Techno, you're going to have to do all your shopping in B&M. Prices in England are going through the roof. It was nice though. I ate pork pies non-stop. 2 days of fish and chips. No, 1 day. Was it 1 or 2 days of fish and chips? I had a full English in that building in the middle of Stockton High Street. I've forgotten its name now. Oh, it doesn't play at all when you're in SRV. Do you know, because I've had it turned off forever, I didn't know. Even when I'm listening to a podcast and this music's playing in the background, it's not aggressive, so... I didn't see if these were already found, did I? But I'm assuming they are. And then when I get further out in black, if I spot biological, geological, I'm going to go down and check them out. Actually, geological probably not, because I don't think you can make money out of geological. Oh, I think I got a bit too close here, but it's not impossible to get 100%. Well, if you keep shooting like that, shooting like a cross-eyed John Wayne. He's looking at me, kid. It's not John Wayne, I know. I said he's looking at me because he's cross-eyed. Oh no, I think I'll do it. I think it's alright.
Mapping is now finished. Efficiency bonus granted.
Good, good.
Planet C4 is a medium gravity water world. This planet has active silicate lava flows at the surface. The atmosphere is composed mostly of nitrogen with an average surface temperature of 247 Kelvin. Body C2 is also a good candidate to map.
What have you been playing recently, Marshall?
Telemetry obtained. The Nova Cunha is traveling to the
Marshall's
Swan
like the
CR-CD89
deep
system.
space
This is your first visit to the system.
explorer.
Body 6 is a recommended candidate for mapping. Fuel at maximum.
Well, we got 38 bodies, but I didn't see what type of star it was. 38 bodies, that's quite a lot. Normally when there's so many bodies, it means fuck all and gas giants all over the place. Normally what it means. But having said that, you don't always know. I remember when I first started playing, it's all to do with overthinking and stuff, I used to be able to predict which systems would have water worlds and earth likes in them, but now I can't. No idea. Why is this one saying there's high metal content and then there isn't when you go in it? Well, not to worry. So these were just scanning because I think it's like, if Marshall probably knows better than me, is it like 130 grand or something per scan?
Planet 6 is a notable high metal content world with terraformable conditions.
Because I always thought, like, you got your average high metal content, it was like 100 grand or something, and then if it's terraformable you get more. Well, I might be wrong, but if there's plenty of them in system, it's worth going through and giving them all a quick scan. Because this way of doing it, like the new way of doing it, it's quite easy to make £1 million if the system's big enough and it's good enough. Right, so is there a second sun? Because these are all high metal contents, but they're not. Ah, there we go. No, they're not. The rocky bodies. You know what? This it's been doing this a lot, and I'm not sure if this is a shadow update, but I've noticed that it'll say this is an Earthlight world. It's right in the Earthlight band, and you'll scan it and it'll come up as a rocky body. I think that's a shadow update to make it a little bit harder.
Telemetry obtained. The Nova Cunha is en route to the Swans LU-BC2-18 system. This is your first visit to the system.
Me. Mind you, so I think
Fuel reserves at 99%.
I think the last time I properly played Elite was like a year ago, and when I came back, I think I owned
Starby is notable
like
relative to similar Class K stars with lower than average density.
So I had to pay
As
that
you can
off.
see, it emits a yellow-orange light.
So I wasn't sure if it had been decommissioned, but I wasn't. I owed the bank some, and then I still had 800 million or something. So it's good to know that you can leave it sometimes. It's a bit shitty that you get charged, but I think you should only get charged when you're playing. Right, so there, gas giants, so we just move on for now. Like I said, when we get out into the black, I'll probably start mapping pretty much every system and looking for landables with biological and stuff on them. But here where I am now, I'm probably not going to fuck.
Jump in
People
progress.
quite often say,
The
well,
Nova
if you go
Cunha is
Kabine
traveling to the
Sharky
Swans
Farm, it's so easy.
FX-81-73 system.
Ever.
This is your first visit to the system.
Some people have said, oh, you can still find systems like 100 light years from the bubble. And I never have. Because because off stream
Fuel at
quite
maximum.
often I've just gone on little what would you call them, little trips. And I've tried, but I never find anything. 2 bodies, so jump in. I just know the scan price is off by art, and then they changed it with the Deep Planet scan. They updated the
Telemetry
the
obtained.
original prices.
The
but then
Nova
you got
Cunha is
more if you
traveling to the
mapped
Swans
it.
FX-81-45
I lost
system.
track since then.
This is your first visit to
I
the
know that a
system.
really good water world can be more than an Earth-like, because the Earth-like's a static price, but the water world can be more valuable.
This main sequence star is
remember
notable
rightly, I had a
relative to
4.5
similar Class
million
F stars
water world, that's what
with
it was.
lower than average density.
Which is
As you
why
can
I'm
see,
kind of,
it emits a white light.
unless it's a huge travel
Planet 1
distance,
is a
I'm bit
notable
of a
metal-rich
stickler
body
for-
with an incredibly high surface temperature of nearly 4,000 Kelvin.
Scanning them.
Brown Dwarf 7 is uncommon and notable,
Okay,
with a
we got
metal-rich
the
ring.
Money World.
Body 6 is a recommended candidate for mapping. Fuel at maximum.
There we go. So, it's a shitbox world as well. And then we've got ice bodies, and that's not high metal content, that's a rocky body. It's trying to sell me a bridge. If there's one, I'll scan it, but I don't think there is. Marshall, remind me exactly where in the US you're from again. I have visions of a northern part for some reason, but you're probably going to tell me you're from Arizona. I don't think it's you who's from Arizona, it's somebody else. Generally recognise writing stars, and I don't think it's you who's from Arizona. You'll prove me wrong now. You can just fuck with me and say you're from Arizona anyway. So I said in the other stream the other night, but you two guys weren't in it. Arkansas. Okay. I thought so. Arkansas isn't north. Like, I wouldn't say it's. You'd call it Middle America, but I think it's like Middle North. But Arkansas, which I spend most of the time calling Arkansas, 'cause that's how it's spelt. Hey Oscar, how's it going? Sorry, I didn't see your message there. I'm flying the crate. I've forgotten the name of this one. It's the Explorer one. But it's probably called the Crate Explorer, knowing me. I just forget. Good to see you, you bastard. Putting the shits up me. Don't do that again. We'll talk about that anyway. We'll sort something out for heads up in the future. It's not your fault. You didn't know. I was pretty worried. Is there any good news or Asp Explorer? That's the one. I knew it. What did I say? Crate Explorer. Crate is a version of the Asp, isn't it? Oh, it's not. There's Crate Phantom and Crate something or other. Probably Crate Explorer. Oh, God. My memory. So, yeah, to finish your thought, I mentioned it in the stream the other night. Yeah, I've said that before, Techno. I like the Orca cockpit's nice. The Orca or the Imperial Cruiser. Honestly, I'd go exploring in the
Mapping
Imperial
is
Cruiser.
complete. Efficiency bonus awarded.
And now
Planet 6 is a high-gravity ammonia world. This planet has active water
I'm
geysers.
not doing big jumps.
The super-dense atmosphere is composed primarily of ammonia and oxygen with an average surface temperature of 219 Kelvin. All worthwhile bodies are now mapped.
I'm second thoughting myself now. Second outthinking myself. Jesus Christ, what's happened to my English? Oops. Yeah, the crate has those bigger wings, doesn't it? And the two kind of, I wouldn't say
Destination confirmed.
kind of things.
The Nova Cunha is traveling to the Swans FX-AD1-37 system. This is your first visit to the system.
I think I meant to buy the crate. Oh my god, I've engineered a useless ship.
This star is notable relative to similar Class G stars with lower than average
Honestly,
density.
I think I was supposed to buy
As you
a
can
crate
see,
and do it
it
out.
emits a yellow-white
What
light.
a fucking idiot. That's why I have.
Maximum fuel.
That's why I have the blind man's talking thing, because otherwise I don't know what's going on in the game. I'm actually high on tramadol at the moment. I was just saying earlier, I had a toothache and I took a painkiller. And it's pretty strong. Okay, we've got nothing in here. We'll keep going on. So that's probably why I'm slurring, forgetting my words. There's that, and I can't get the microphone off monitor. So I have to listen to myself like you would all hear me, which is really fucking weird. Because this is not my voice to me.
Telemetry obtained. The Nova Cunha is traveling to the Swans FX-AD1-41 system. This is your first visit to the system.
The other one was hanging on by a bootstring. She did
Fuel
really
levels
well.
are at 99% capacity. Commander.
And two £100 graphics cards change.
The Nova
And
Cunha
a
is now at
£60
maximum fuel
RAM
capacity.
upgrade. So what did I pay in total?
Body A3 is a good candidate for mapping.
8 years, £1,060 or €1,060. And I never had to run a game on less than medium. So I really got my money's worth. And I think with this one is very similar. I've bought one which can be upgraded. I do actually need to upgrade the RAM because I've only got 16 gigabytes at the moment. And it's just nowhere near enough. The graphics card has 12, but I need more standard RAM. If I run downloading software in the background, it can bring the PC to a standstill. So.
Destination
That's
confirmed.
never a good
The
thing.
Nova Cunha is en route to the Swans KU-BC2-0 system. This is your first visit to the system.
So yeah, I'm gonna be back streaming now because the weather's
Fuel
cooled
at
down.
maximum.
I was saying in the stream the other night that
2 out of
every
8
year
bodies have been scanned here.
we arrived June, and I always say, "Hey, work's over. I've got lots of time. I'm gonna stream more often." and then I go silent and you don't hear from me for 3 months. That's happened 3 years in a row now. So I'm not going to promise it in future because some circumstances might actually change in the future. I'll let you know when they happen. I'm not going to talk about them before. But it's just too hard to be streaming those other times. Crazy hard. And you just can't think. And my computer was shutting down like all the time because it was overheating. We had 40 degree weather and stuff, so yeah, no, it's actually really good, Alex. When you're playing without...
Destination confirmed. The Nova Cunha is traveling to the Swans FX-AD1-10 system. This is your first visit to the system.
Just tell me where I am, where I'm arriving, and now?
Moon A1A is a notable rocky body with an extremely high surface temperature of over 930 Kelvin. This body contains high levels of arsenic and tellurium. Brown dwarf AB1 is uncommon and notable, with a rocky ring. Star B is one of a kind, with an unusually high solar mass of 0.54 times sols, an unusually high solar radius at 0.7 times sols, higher than average surface temperature, lower than average density, and high luminosity. As you can see, it emits an orange-red light.
The other bit I don't like is when it says
Fuel at maximum.
When it says Sun B, and as
25
you can see,
bodies remain to be scanned in the system.
Shut the fuck up. No, I'm only kidding. And of course it tells you how many remaining. So it's actually really cool when you're flying solo. Maybe I shouldn't have turned it on for the stream, but I wanted it in the background giving me updates because sometimes I'm not paying attention. Okay, always I'm never paying attention. Why no face cam? Actually, I wanted to set up the camera, but I just haven't had a chance. Like I said, it's a new computer, so and I'm having to do some things with OBS as well, changing the OBS things in the OBS around. So the camera's currently hanging out at the back of the TV, but I might get it up for Saturday actually, if I have a chance to sit down and work it out.
This body contains large deposits of germanium.
As well, because I want to maybe make a few videos.
This body has large deposits of germanium
and whatnot, because as you all know, or as at least I said before, I had some small, I mean, don't think there's anything too serious, but I had some small medical issues this year, and I really want to keep on top of certain things, so my walk-ins become top priority again, and I've really been enjoying it the last few weeks. Been in the high mountains and got lost the other day. Not lost, because I research before I go.
Telemetry
Look at a
obtained.
lot of Google Maps.
The Nova Cunha is
from
en route to the
above,
Swans
so
JU-BC2-19
I'm
system.
not sure or something.
This is your first visit to the system.
A good memory for photographic image, so
26 jumps until arrival.
I research like all my routes on Google Maps before
The Nova Cunha is now fully refueled.
use GPS.
Body 1 is a good candidate to map.
and stuff like that. So so I got a little bit lost, but not super lost, which I was really angry about at the time because it's a place where I've actually got lost before. Which makes it even worse. You feel like even more of a dick. God, I hate the fact that the microphone picks up everything. So this is why I don't have the camera in, because the microphone's not even set up properly yet.
Planet 1 is a notable high metal content world with terraformable
The microphone's
conditions.
actually not set up too badly. I just need to find the point to knock out. For example, if I do this, I need to get it to the level to knock that out. So if I was to do that, you wouldn't hear it. And it's something to do with a noise gate. I've forgotten the name. Noise or sound gate does it. Ah, stop complaining. It's not true because I can see my levels. Somebody's cooking onions. Who cooks onions this time of night?
Destination confirmed. The Nova Cunha is en route to the Swansea X-AD1-61 system. This is your first visit to the system.
Plus I'm sat with my tits out tonight. None of you want to see that. So even if I had the camera, I'd probably turn it off. Mind you, put myself in OnlyFans. Might make an extra few quid. Hopefully we haven't got a crash. I seem to have a crash when I do 13, 14 jumps. So let's just do count.
At maximum.
There seems to be a standard issue.
Star A
so
is notable,
40 jumps
with
or
lower than
25,
average
so that's
density.
15, isn't it?
As you can see, it emits a white light.
Except these weird crashes. I'm not sure what drives them. So, if anybody is playing the game, watching the video back later or anything, you can always hunt down where I am and donate some tree.
Jump in progress.
I am going
The
to
Nova
mine my
Cunha
own.
is en route to the Swansea X-AD1-AV2 system. This is your first visit to the system.
I haven't run out yet. Yeah, probably. Yeah, let's go. Probably. Onions is actually, it's not bad. It's just this time of night seems a bit weird. But I don't put anything past my neighbors. Some of the fucking noises happening here and stuff.
This
the
star
last
is
few
notable,
months.
with lower than average density.
What's
As you
going
can
on?
see,
The
it
town
emits a
where I
white
live is
light.
changing a lot. A lot. There's
Fuel
no
at
locals
maximum.
anymore. Everybody's from somewhere else. I'm not saying that in a racist way, it's just the truth. And different cultures, different backgrounds, just life's a bit different. You get weird screams and shouts all hours of the day. It's so weird hearing some of this noise. I can't drink too much tonight, I have to be careful. I think this might be my last one. Oh, we can see the Vale Nebula already, just off to our 11 o'clock. There's actually another nebula next to it. I'm not sure what it is.
Destination confirmed. The Nova Cunha is in transit to the Swansea X-AD1-41 system.
Seem to be practicing
This is your
for
first
marching
visit to the
band
system.
every day for 6 hours.
You have 23 jumps until
Above
arrival.
that, I've got some African people who catch and eat pigeons constantly,
Bodies 2 and 3 are good candidates to map.
and then have a child which wails like a banshee for
Maximum
about 4 or
fuel.
5 hours a day. Yeah, no, I think it's not just Titrium. I didn't even know, but I could fill. I don't know if you could actually store anything on your big ship. Forgot the fucking name of it. your big ship called? Oh, might have an Earth-like. Let's see if it's an Earth-like or a Rocky, because, like I said, it seems to have a thing to do in this. Looks like an Earth-like.
Planet 2 is a remarkable Earth-like
It's
world
already
with an
mapped.
incredibly elongated
I
orbit
knew it
and
would be
Earth-like
here.
conditions.
But we'll go map it. Fleet carrier. That's all. I don't know if you have any storage on a fleet carrier. You bloody should. You should have almost unlimited storage. But if not, I can always fill a ship up with it, and then I could open the market and buy it. Actually, I never thought about that. Might do that. I think because I'll be able to store it if it's in the market. So yeah, if there's anything valuable, I'll just be able. I've got my mine ship because so I can stop off and just mine a little bit here and there. And
Planet 3 is a remarkable
like I
high metal
said, I
content
might
world with an
mark-
extremely
So I'm gonna
elliptical
try and
orbit and
map
terraformable
areas
conditions.
based around certain conditions, but there's an old video that I just need to go back and watch. That tells you how to look for very specific types of systems, made by a guy called Command Guru, who had some either personal issues or issues with the lead. He'd done something where maybe he'd taken somebody's information and put it out as his own. I don't know exactly. I tried to stay away from the drama, but he was very, very, very informative, and then he kind of stopped making elite videos for some time, and then he came back. But you know, apart from Obsidian Ant and the Latvian guy, I actually deleted him and blocked from my YouTube because everything was getting negative all the time, and I just couldn't be asked even looking at the thumbnails. I mean, the old saying is don't bite the hand that feeds you, and that's not saying you can't be critical,
Mapping is now complete. Efficiency bonus
but
awarded.
don't bite the hand that feeds
Planet
you.
2 is a medium gravity Earth-like
Obsidian
world.
seems to
The
have
atmosphere
moved
is
on
similar to Earth's,
more
with
to
an average
Flight
surface
Simulator.
temperature of 264 Kelvin.
Which, did you know,
Body 3 is also a
Techno,
good
did you
candidate
know
for mapping.
Obsidian Ant lives... I'm trying to put it down, but I think he lives somewhere, maybe Gisborough or something.
Destination confirmed. The Nova Cunha is traveling to the Swansea
He's mentioned a couple of times in
X-AG-1-20
Flight
system.
Simulator videos
This is your
that
first
he
visit
lived
to
near
this system.
North Yorkshire Moors, and then he took off
Fuel reserves at
in one
98%
video
capacity.
from Redcar, from a strip near Redcar. I think it might be in Yerby.
This star is notable, relative to
and he
similar
said it was
Class
very
F
close to where
stars,
he lived.
with an unusually old age of 6 billion years.
I'm assuming
As you can
he
see,
lives like
it emits a white light.
maybe Gisborough or Thirsk, somewhere that's like
The Nova
right on
Cunha
the
is
edge
now
of
at
Yorkshire.
100% fuel capacity.
14 bodies. I have something here. Just transfer it to the carriers. Alright, okay. Few hundred low temperature dams. Okay, good. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. So if we can do it, we can do it. That's good. Because it's all a little bit of extra money, isn't it? I think, but yeah, like I said, I've got a second account, so if I get like a crazy need to be back in the bubble, I can always do it, like, but I've always wanted to do it a long-term exploration, and especially streaming. And this part to the Veil Nebula is actually just a test. Testing myself to see whether I can stick it out. Truly is. Because like 22 Jew jumps to go from, what was it, 40 something or other. Because I think every time I've done
Telemetry
a
obtained.
trip to
The
Sagittarius
Nova
A,
Cunha is heading to the Swansea X-81-35 system.
or Colonia,
This is your first visit to the
I'm
system.
always like in a rush to get back. So once I get to the place, it's like, okay, now I'm in a rush to get back.
Bodies 2 and 3 are recommended mapping candidates.
Whereas I want to get myself more into the mindset
Maximum
of
fuel.
I'm out. I've got my home base, but I'm out. And like I said, if I want to do stuff in the bubble, oh, I can see the Veil Nebula after the 2 o'clock there. Yeah, if I want to do stuff in the bubble, I've got a second account. And because I got universal cartography,
Planet 2 is a notable high metal content world with potential for terraforming.
Crashing myself into a planet or anything, because I can flog it all off before I attempt to. I'm not looking at the features part at the moment because we're in explored space.
Planet
pretty
3
much.
is a notable
There
high
might be
metal
the odd one
content
where it
world with
hasn't
potential
been,
for
but,
terraforming.
It'll be when I get out into true deep space, which, like I said, I'm just gonna test myself for the next month or so and go from nebula to nebula, just looking at places in between, and then once I realize I'm in the mindset, then I'll go off.
Jump in progress. The Nova
way,
Cunha
please do
is in
leave a
transit
like
to the
if you're on the
Swansea
stream.
X-81-66
You can
system.
leave a dislike if you
This
want.
is your first
It's all
visit to the
interaction,
system.
I suppose. Tell me I'm 22. What time did I took my pill at like 6, didn't I? I have to take my pill because it's so clean. Can't bloody read if this is my pill or not.
This body contains large deposits of iron, nickel, manganese, vanadium, zirconium, niobium, tin, and ruthenium.
It's one of them.
Fuel at maximum.
What time did I take it? 6. Oh no, I've got 2 hours yet. Bodies. Let's have a look. Let's see what we've got. Okay. Onward, Jeeves. Pardon me. Oops. Hey Brian, how's it going? Are you talking about the voice that's explaining everything? That is an add-on.
Telemetry obtained. The Nova Cunha is traveling to the Swansea X-81-10 system. This is your first visit to the system.
Welcome in, by the way.
You have 19 jumps left.
And yeah, I don't know if I'll use
This
it in
star
the
is
stream
notable,
again.
with an incredibly
Well,
old age
probably
of
will.
just over 11 billion years. As you can see, it emits a white light. Refueled. Body 7 is a good candidate for mapping.
There you go, you hear that? Body 7, good candidate for mapping. So So he gives you the information. I used to have another thing that did the same, or give you a roundabout idea, but he actually tells you, which is really good. So I'm getting its high metal content. 5. 6. Oh no. Jesus Christ. 7. Always has to prove you're wrong, doesn't it? That's what I hate about this game. It's not just that.
Planet 7 is a notable high metal content world with potential for terraforming.
Did that have... Yeah, these are all first mapped and stuff, but... We'll go map that one, as long as it's not too far away, and then at least we get a bit of extra cash. Even though somebody else has found it. They should change all those rules. You should, like, hit
Planet 3 is notable
payday
with an unusually oblong
if you
orbit.
find an Earth like
Planet 2 is notable with an unusually elongated orbit.
And then if somebody else has found it. Oh, does it? I didn't actually know it was that loud. Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you for letting me know, because I'll change. To me, it sounds the same. Do you want me to shut the fuck up, or do you want it to shut the fuck up? Either works for me. Where are you actually parked at the moment, Marshall?
Map is now complete. Efficiency bonus awarded. Planet 7 is a medium gravity terraformable high metal content world. The super-dense atmosphere is composed primarily of carbon dioxide with an average surface temperature of 864 Kelvin. You have mapped all worthwhile bodies. Destination confirmed. The Nova Cunha is heading to the Swans DX-AD1-9 system. This is your first visit to the system. Star A is notable, with lower than average density. As you can see, it emits a white light. Star B is remarkable, with an unusually high solar radius at 0.67 times sols, higher than average surface temperature, and lower than average density. As you can see, it emits an orange-red light.
So that, I don't like when it's like Planet
Fuel
C,
at maximum.
you can see it emits, and I'm like, no I can't. It's way over there.
Jump in progress. The Nova Cunha is in transit to the Swans DX-AD1-12 system. This is your first visit to the system. You have 17 jumps left. Star A is notable, with lower than average
Come on, I'm
density.
getting some shitty.
As you can see, it emits a white light.
Shitty.
The Nova Cunha is now at 100% fuel capacity.
Well, at least we can see the Veil Nebula. Not sure what the nebula next to it is. I'll have to look it up.
Destination confirmed.
Alright, so
The Nova Cunha is traveling to the Swans VX-AD1-25 system. This is your first visit to the system. Fuel reserves at 99% capacity. Main sequence starbeam is notable, with lower than average density.
In that process,
As you can
the
see,
game
it
does
emits a yellow-orange light.
And you know what? I bet these are unvisited
Maximum
systems.
fuel.
It just seems to throw crap up in your way after a while. I have to take a toilet break in a moment, people. It's been an hour and a half. Yeah, that's an hour and a half.
Telemetry obtained.
But yeah,
The Nova Cunha is traveling to the Swans HD-ZD1-32 system.
30 jumps,
This is your
and
first
then you
visit
just
to the
hit a
system.
minefield of crap, and quite often it'll just be what I call sun systems, so there'll be nothing but suns in there. And it can happen for 2 jumps, sometimes it
Fuel at
happens like
maximum.
5. I think this
Body
time it
5
was
is a
3.
good candidate for mapping.
Body 5, I think he said that. I wish you'd actually say what Body 5 was. It is an ammonia world. Pardon me. We've had a couple of ammonia worlds, haven't we? We've hit big. I think this might be the 3rd. I will just head towards it. Oh, it's very close. Oh no, it's not. 2.9 always throws me off. I'm like, oh, it's right next to us. Well, I'm trying not to speak, Elisgar. We'll have to see. I don't miss this part, actually, traveling between places. I mean, I don't mind if it's like 5,000. Well, I'd say anywhere up to 50,000 light seconds. I'm prepared to travel. But after that, you can get to ridiculous times to get there, I mean. So I'll scan this and then I'll take a quick toilet break. I'm gonna be honest though, my painkillers are kicking in. I've had to actually put the drink aside. Don't mix the two. We try not to mix the two. He can't even speak. That's what happens. What was this? Ceremony world, isn't it? But it's not a toilet one. It's dry ammonia. Right, let's get this mapped. Oh shit, I did that too high. We should still get 100. Just gonna point it away so I don't crash into it. Right, I'll just nip to the loo. That'll be 2 minutes, people.
Surface scanned by 50%. Surface scan complete.
Mapping is complete. Efficiency bonus awarded. Planet 5 is a medium gravity ammonia world. Sensors detect active water geysers. The crushing atmosphere is composed primarily of ammonia and oxygen with an average surface temperature of 182 Kelvin. You have mapped all interesting bodies.
Right, I'm back. Let's see what I've missed. Yeah, I'd probably ask Marshall. There's also a delay on the feedback of my voice in the headset, which is incredibly off-putting. Incredibly. Normally I would not have the monitor on, but I don't know what it is, but the computer's decided that it's going to do it. So normally what I would do when I'm playing is I'll have the monitor off, and then one headphone will be slightly off my ear just so I can hear my own voice. A bit like the DJs did in the 80s, you get what I mean. But for some reason the monitor stayed on, so it's a 1/10 of a second off, but it's enough to put you off. It's really hard. It's like you've got somebody mimicking you in your ear. It's really strange. Ah, don't you worry, Ellisgar. Yeah, you missed the game. Do you know what though, Ellisgar? Seriously. One day, invest in a decent laptop and you can play this game, you can play through a mobile. I've played it through a mobile. The data transfer rate is tiny. It loads up the system data and that's it. Like, it's doable. As long as you're playing like solo. If you're playing in open, it might be a bit more data. Well, let's move on. There we go. Didn't even look. Oh shit. Saved the screenshot apparently. Of nothing.
Jump in progress. The Nova Cunha is heading to the Swans HD-CD1-31 system. This is your first visit to the system.
When I'm out walking, I don't miss things from home. I miss my cat actually, but I don't miss physical things.
You have 14 jumps left. The Nova Cunha is now fully refueled. Bodies B2, B3, B4, and B5 are recommended mapping candidates.
Brian, I haven't spoke to you properly for a while. How's life going? Let's swap phone numbers sometime, Brian. Sound like a come on, didn't it? But I mean, that way. Just to keep in touch. How's life treating you? Well, Michael, life's treating me like a baby treats a nappy.
Planet B5 is an interesting water world with potential for terraforming and abundant liquid
I've
water.
actually heard worse, but yeah, that wasn't far off, was it? 66,000. I tell you what, we'll give it a run. Where's my phone? 33. Let's see how long this takes. Look, I was talking about Obsidian. He's uploaded another flight simulator. So I didn't finish my thought earlier, but I think Obsidian is trying to move on from Elite now. Which is, again, it's understandable. Unless, as he said in his most recent video, he thinks this update's going to be something massive. And I don't know, a lot of people are. I'm not going to hold out much hope. I'm trying not to be negative, but don't expect you all to be disappointed, I guess. It's the best way you can do it, isn't it? Oh, good lord, this is going to take forever, isn't it? I'm thinking 10 minutes. I'm thinking, I don't know why I thought that at the beginning, but I think I've been 3 minutes so far. But I think like on the clock when it gets 6 minutes, it's going to slow right down. And you get it on 6-1. About 10. Has Brian gone? So has everybody seen the trailer then for Last of Us? It looks really good. The only one I'm not sure of is the casting of Bella Ramsey. Don't know, when I was seeing it, I just didn't see Ellie. But you know what? I don't think there's a word in the trailer. I don't think anybody sees anything. So don't judge a book by its cover. I didn't even see if this is being marked. I should have probably paid attention. What are you on about? It's not social warrior bullshit. What are you on about? Have you been smoking Trump spliffs again? What are you on about? It's not a social justice thing. I'll tell you what, if you want to watch some social justice crap, go watch that She-Hulk. Fuck me. What absolute trash. I watched, I think, about 40 minutes. I just couldn't palate it. I was having a really good discussion with my students earlier about this. Because you know, Elizabeth, my favourite actor's Denzel. But I don't see him playing the part of Ariel. Personally. It's all very strange. It really is. It can stay on Twitter for all I care. They need to stop. These people on Twitter need to stop infecting the rest of the world with their ideas. And it comes from right wing as well. It's not just left wing. There's loads of right wing people who are just grifting the right wing. I don't think half of them even believe what comes out their mouths. Yeah, like Lord of the Rings is a really good example. My student was saying, well, I don't understand it. He's saying, you know, like, if all the elves were black, or they give us a reason why the chief elf was black, then it would make sense. Because he's quite young, and these are young guys, so he's got a more open mind. But he was like, it just gets stuck in there without kind of any explanation. Which, if we're all holding hands and it's all for one and one for all D'Artagnan, then maybe we don't need explaining. Maybe I'm just an old fuddy-duddy who doesn't understand modern culture. But, as a case in point, they are considering remaking Trains, Planes and Automobiles with The Rock and Kevin Hart, which I would never watch because I love the original. I don't want to see a remake of anything. But my point was, I tried to think of another movie with African American actors, and I thought of Bad Boys. So I was like, well, what if they remake Bad Boys with Ryan? I've forgotten his name now. Ryan Thingamajig. There'd be backlash. Like serious backlash. You're whitewashing. Like, it's all really strange, but it's all on Twitter. You know, and soon these people will be out of a job like they are at CNN at the moment, and Netflix by the looks of it. There's loads of people they're having the contracts
Planet
cancelled,
B4 is notable, with potential for terraforming.
which is great. If you're not bringing anything to the table, fuck off. Especially in the entertainment industry. That's what it is. It's entertainment. I don't want to know your politics. I really don't. But, you know, but then we're also being completely inundated with stuff. So, like, so I watched Andor, and it wasn't bad. I was enjoying it, but I fell asleep. Why? Because my brain's like, yeah, most hours. It's not like you haven't just been watching Boba Fett. You haven't just been watching Mandalorian. My brain's just tired of it. Yeah, I don't know what you guys think, but it's like, I'm sick of being just... It's like, you know, it reminds me a bit of my nana. Because
Mapping is now
I
complete.
don't tell
Efficiency
my nana
bonus
what I
awarded.
like.
Planet
If I tell
B5 is a
my nana I
medium
like
gravity
cheese,
terraformable water world.
Every
The
time
thin atmosphere
I
is
go
composed
around the
mainly of
house,
carbon
it's gonna be
dioxide with
playing
an average surface
cheeses.
temperature of
To the
350
point
Kelvin.
where
Bodies B2, B3,
I
and
hate
B4 are also
cheese.
good mapping candidates.
And I actually now don't like cheese as much as I used to. Does that make sense? That's how it feels with Star Wars.
Jump in progress. The Nova Cunha is in transit to
anybody
the
seen
Swans
the
HD-CD1-36
watched it.
system. This is your first visit to the system.
But I saw it. I was like, I'm not bothering. There was another Wonder Years. Actually, they didn't do a bad job with the Wonder Years reboot. I watched it. It was actually not too bad. I enjoyed it for what it was. It's very different from the original.
Star A is notable, with lower than average density. As you can see, it emits a
was
yellow-white
similar,
light.
but it was very different.
Maximum fuel.
Which I guess means they did a good job of remaking it. I don't know if I'd watch every episode.
Destination confirmed. The Nova Cunha is heading to the Swans GD-CD1-92 system. This is your first visit to the system.
But it seems like there's a conversation we're gonna have for the next 5
12
years.
jumps remaining. Fuel
Until
levels
those
are at
people get kicked
98%.
out. I'm tired of hearing other
Fuel at maximum.
people's political ideas.
Bodies 1, 2, and 4 are good mapping candidates.
In entertainment. I don't actually mind listening to people's political ideas. So I'm not one of these people who turns off the quotation marks enemy. I listen to them because you want to know what they think or what they're offering or what their expectations are. But yeah, I'm getting a bit sick of seeing it on TV. We might have an Earth like and the water world. So I'm going to
Planet
tag
4
the
is a
water world
notable
first.
water world with abundant
Again,
liquid water.
It's been first mapped, it's been discovered. It doesn't surprise me. But if we're lucky, because it's just off the band, I think this might be an Earth-like. I'm going to get too excited, I think, here. Right, it's a wall world. It's a double two. Triple two.
Planet 2 is notable, with terraformable conditions and abundant liquid water at the surface.
I've tagged that one. Just look at those. But to talk about crap that doesn't need remaking, they're doing another Ghostbusters, and I've just like, do you really have to stop it? You know, Ghostbusters is probably the only thing that I truly care about in life, because it was everything. When I was a kid, I dreamed of being Ghostbuster. I still have dreams of buying my own backpack.
Moon 2A is notable,
I really
with an
do.
unusually inclined orbit and an unusually high radius of
If I
around
was
2,500
buy the fucking
kilometers.
firehouse, seriously, I would have buy it and live there. But they're making another one. I'm like, nah, the afterlife was watchable, acceptable, but please just stop. Like, I guess Dan Aykroyd likes a bit of mayonnaise on his sandwich. I think I'm one of the other people who's like, I just want to write to them and say, please stop, please, just let my childhood be. There should never been a Ghostbusters 2, in my opinion. My housemate doesn't agree, but I feel very strongly on the subject.
Map is complete. Efficiency bonus granted.
Good.
Planet 2 is a medium gravity terraformable water world.
I'm gonna go for
Most
number
prevalent in the
4
thick
as well,
atmosphere is
because
ammonia with an average surface temperature of 402
very close,
Kelvin.
like 1,200, which is nothing.
Bodies 1 and 4 are also good
Shit,
candidates
I
to
didn't mean
map.
to do the deactivate Super Cruise. I didn't realize. See, Alice got you stopped the conversation with that comment. Other people is like, oh my god. Either that or everybody's taking the poop. Which is a strong possibility. One small one. Honestly, I can't drink too much today. ASMR. See, I can't actually. I was doing that so low, I couldn't feel myself saying it, but I can hear it. It's really strange. No, neither do I, to be honest. After those painkillers kicked in, I have no memory. Memory.
Body 4A has high levels of germanium and tellurium.
Oh. Did you say body 4? Oh no, that's this one. I can't bloody mine this. Got an offset North Pole. Big. I think Brian left the building. I'm over there painting a fag. That means a different word to you American people. Brian's not that way inclined that I know of. But can't say, and I'm not judging. I'll keep clicking the wrong button when I want to get off the
Mapping is complete. Efficiency bonus granted.
Thank you.
Planet 4 is a medium gravity water
Does anybody
world.
know what the efficiency
Most
bonus
prevalent in the
is? Is it a
atmosphere is
percentage?
nitrogen with
Is
an
it
average
a-
surface temperature of
one off
237 Kelvin.
Yes, I left.
Body 1 is also a good mapping candidate.
Well, it was good to hear from you, but I was asking how life went. How's things?
Telemetry obtained. The Nova Cunha is traveling to the Swans GD-ZD1-2 system.
I was asking how life
This is your first visit to the
Are you
system.
still working in the same place, so it changed, Brian?
Fuel reserves are now at 99% capacity, Commander.
How many jumps have we got? You
Refuel.
probably just told me, but 11. Okay, it's alright. 15 bodies, but it's a real shame. I don't think, even though I'm on economical jumps and have been since the edge of the bubble, I haven't come across an unmapped system. So here's a question for you all as elite players. Should FDev on upgrade 4, not to say they haven't done it already, should they have a thing that automatically points to unexplored territory? So you pick a route from A to B and it says, okay, that's
Destination confirmed. The Nova Cunha is in transit to the Swans GD-ZD1-3 system. This is your first visit to the system.
Been scanned. Would that
You have 10 jumps until arrival.
Galaxy better?
Fuel levels now at 98%, Commander.
I just feel like sometimes this game lost its
Refuel.
way. Sandy.
Body 5 is a good candidate to map.
Sandy did what he did what he wanted to, made the game atrociously difficult, but Sandy did have a vision, and whether you agree with it or not, it was his vision of how he wanted it to go. So I think he made grinding ridiculously difficult. Okay, this is water.
Planet
world.
5 is a notable water world with abundant liquid water.
And I don't think maybe he or others even took into consideration like the mapping part, because they're still saying like 2.5% of all the planets available have been mapped. And And whereas I can see that, I think we still need a little help. Hang on, what are you laughing at and saying not exploring? Hang on, I'll get rid of that voice then. Huh? How's about that for your apples? What are you about not exploring? You are are you on about the thing when I'm on about jumping to? You are, Brian. You just you're doing it in a way that's helpful. God knows how many years into the future you want to find those systems. It's like I said to you, either do it that way, or when you find an unmapped, untagged Earth-like, you should be getting paid. And I mean paid. Like, there should be serious money on the table. Because you found an Earth-like. But you get a measly... I think the maximum for an Earth-like is 2.5. I think. I mean, it's where they kind of really dropped the ball in the game, where the monetary for scans and stuff doesn't work within the system.
Surface scan complete.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, Elsgar, I didn't like the guy either. And I don't know what the thing with Diet Coke was. I really don't. There was some weird in-joke. And the fact that they all lost their jobs showed that they weren't progressing the game in the way that Frontier in general and I can't remember the name of the company behind it, but the bigger company were picturing it. And it's where this game fell down. I mean, we can still play it, and great, but we all know games on its ass, like, it's not gonna progress. There's gonna be story played out, for sure. They've got content for story, and I'm sure over the next, I think even 3 to 5 years, you'll see story playing out. But the game's not going to progress because they're not interested. That's why I've said somebody else needs to step in and replace it, or I'd really like to see the game go offline with the option of connecting with friends. If anybody played original Ghost Recon, your friends used to be able to tap in your IP and it would connect everybody to the game with your IP. That could be an option. But the game has to go offline at some point. Because they're not going to pay for these servers forever. Stellaris, much for well, I think I tried playing it, Brian. I didn't like it because I didn't like it. One, the beginning part, like to set up, was tremendously complicated without explaining anything. That's one of the standout things I remember. Because I think I got it based on your recommendation. But don't worry, I won't hold you to it. So maybe I need to go back to it and get over those first thoughts. Maybe. But yes, somebody needs to take over it. And to be honest with you, I don't think the game would be that difficult to replicate. Now, they're coming, the new version has a new engine. 4.0 or whatever. And if you remember, I was talking about this a long time ago, saying, you know, it needed a code upgrade to change the game. So who knows what they'll do with that? Because I haven't been working on it, so who knows what they'll do with it. Is it what Obsidian Ant talked about years ago? Obsidian Ant did a tour of the Frontier Studios a long time ago, and he mentioned how a part of the studio was locked off. They walked through it, but there was like nothing on or anything, and all the people who worked in it had been told to go on a coffee break. And he was told, look, we can't see this because it's the future of Elite and we don't want to show it. Or we're not ready to show it. That was before Odyssey. But it was, I don't think it was a long time before Odyssey, so sometimes I just wonder if they were hiding Odyssey, or whether there was something else which was the code upgrade. I suppose we won't know what comes out. But even Obsidian, if you look at his recent video, he seems to be expecting something from the code upgrade, so he seems to have like an expectancy. So you wonder if he knows somebody on the inside, or just he was told something that day, never to be repeated. Oh shit! I don't know why I was hauling ass. What's that planet? Right. Okay. Let's get that to a decent speed. So we're in the Vale West sector already. I didn't realize we were actually in the sector already, so I think I picked a star decent enough to stop off to look at it. Dum 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 dum. Yeah, I know. I haven't done the loop of shame in like forever. I feel bad for it.
Surface scan complete.
Well, we're on the edge, aren't we? Because we're a mixture, but we'll be in the Vale. Yeah, it's looking big now. I think we average like 12, 22 light year jumps. Maybe about around 100 to 140 light years. I parked. The place I chose was right in front of it. The idea was it would take up everything you're looking at, but if I remember rightly, the background picture, so with all the nebula and stuff, is static, if I remember. So it's kind of static and just gets better as you get close. So you can make a small jump like 7 light years, but the background picture will move in a lot more. So if I remember rightly, there was somebody who did a video who explained it, because I noticed when I was going up on the galactic plane that you never notice the difference until one jump, and like maybe it was actually 60 light years away, but you suddenly noticed that you were above the galactic plane. I can't do this with my voice. It's hard. So you got to, and you noticed you'd made the big jump up the galactic plane, or down, I guess. What is up and down? I wasn't the philosophical question. I was like, what is up and down? When you're going up and down? I see bodies. Okay, we got a couple of content. I don't think I've seen a lot of bodies like this, where it's like high metal content and rock, and there's kind of no in between. Oh, one more. I didn't see if that was if there's any biological sites or anything. Oops. I feel lost without EDDI. It's throwing me off a bit. How many jumps we got till we get to the Vale? 5. Okay. Yeah, makes about sense. It's getting much bigger now.
Ready to engage.
Engage. But again, that EDDI it gives information that your onboard computer should. And you shouldn't need an extra app to do it. And that's where I think the game lets us down. These all suns, I have a feeling they're all suns maybe with a rocket body. I'll check. But might be high metal content, not rocky. Oh, pardon me. Once around the ring, there's a brown girl in the ring. La 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 la. So yeah, the Colgate Nebula, this should be called. There's a brown. You can't sing either because it makes you want to slow down as you're doing it. So you'll start off. You'll start off the correct pace or the correct tempo, and you slow down because you're trying to catch your voice. This is so difficult without the drugs. Even without. It's all high metal content, and there's bodies. So 1, 2. Oops. This is doubles, but I don't care. I'll just scan what I can. Because some of these are like worth 250 grand, and I used to skip them all the time, but it really isn't worth it. If you hit 2 good ones and you're not paying attention, it's $500,000. And I noticed like last night for about 2 hours work, I was making 20 million. Which costs, if you're talking about diamond mining or something, it's nothing. But for exploration, 20 million hours, really not bad. I think I originally made 400,000 from the exploration. I think that was what it was before I started doing Pay9 mining. I think it was Pay9 mining. I don't know, it's my first one. I never got to low temperature diamonds because I never quite got the deep core thing down. I think I would now. I'll watch a couple of videos. Oh yeah, the Veil Nebula's getting huge. But we can see we've got other nebula. Got one at 2 o'clock, don't know what that is. And then we've got one underneath the Veil Nebula. So I think we've got plenty of options. Pardon me. Mighty bodies, and there is maybe 1 or 2 high mel content. Okay. 2 more jumps. Yeah, we should. See, we're on jumping 32, but I bet it's much bigger. And we can try and get closer. Hunter up and around it. Get right in his face. That was why I was quite surprised jumps remaining, because I don't want to... Look at how big it is now. This is what I was talking about. You can already see how big it is. So there's a distance and then suddenly a HD bigger version of it kicked in. We jumped 30 light years and now it's in our face. So I went from saying, well, maybe I can find somewhere closer because it was so small. And then we make one jump and it's right there. So you see this? This is where you're like, oh, it's not doing it now. See how it says there? Earth-like. We're on the line. But you know it's not. It's rocky body. Rocky body. Back streets back. Oh, where is it? Is that water? Marshall's going, oh, water? What are you doing about water? Giant, you crazy conspiratorial weirdo. Alright, okay, let's try and search our rock planets. It's a nice body as well. So it said high metal, but it's not. And okay, last one. I think it's the last one. It's been mapped as well. I'll give credit to the guy who mapped it. So look at how big it is now. So it went from tiny to being right in front of us, in your face. Huge. And the next one's the final jump to get to the Bella Nebula. I know you do, Marshall. I know you do, because I remember you pointing it out. I remember you not only pointing it out, but saying, oh, it's very interesting because... And I mean that in a good way, because now I take note of war giants. I've only come across... last 3 days. I think I've come across 2. Okay. And they were mapped. Final music plays to say right. And it's a fucking sun system. This game really knows how to stick it in and break it off. Sometimes. Seriously, your last system, a sun system. What a scumbag. The reason I say that is because I would have had to look for Titrium and other things. But there's nothing here. Sometimes it seems like the game doesn't understand what we're doing. Right, where did I put my pills? Okay. Right, okay, let's have a look at this baby. There it is. This Blue Veil Nebula. Now, it's supposed to be one of the most contrasting nebulas that we have in the game. There's another one which I don't remember its name, but it's not naturally contrasting. There is a contrast between the sky and then the lighting on the planet, and this causes like a crazy red glow effect, and it's really cool. But yeah, this is the Blue Veil Nebula. Looks nice. We can go sit in the middle of it, but I don't think you see anything. But we could do one more jump. Because all these systems have been searched. But yeah, there is. I'll go realistic just to see if there's a sun inside, but there isn't. So this is like one more jump, and it's the closest we can get. 7 light years. Where? There's also this like. Oh, are you talking about this in the past? Yeah, definitely. Yeah, Brown Dwarf. Yeah, definitely in the past. Yeah, I've missed stuff. But that was back in the day where you had to judge stuff, wasn't it? I want to say that was back in the day when you had to really judge stuff. I remember having 3 or 4 printables. One of them would be the hologram there on the dashboard at the 9 o'clock position, and another was of the pictures in the system map, if I remember. The game's changed quite a lot, so I never remember. Oh wow, this is actually pretty. Takes up a full screen. There's nothing here. It's probably all first mapped. There's actually, well, there's 1, 2 high metal contents. Can you imagine being jellyfish? Seriously, you were the first person. I bet they don't play anymore. That's the sad part. People say, how do you know Swifty? And I'm like, yeah, the OGs. A lot of them probably don't play anymore. You've got the OGs. These are people who loved Elite before it was this, and those people will play on regardless. Ben Moss, I've forgotten his surname now. He used to drop by the stream every now and again. He'll play the game forever. But there's some OG people who would have lost direction or even interest a long time ago. That's beautiful nebula. Really is. I don't know what these black lines are. Person who drew it, I don't know. But they are beautiful. It is nice. It is very nice. Very nice. Okay, so let's jump the fleet carrier. Fuck knows how you do this from a distance. How do we do this from a distance? I've forgotten. Right, so if we click that, and then we're gonna go, we'll have to go one by one. Plus dodge ships. Route unavailable. I don't like it when it says that. Oh, I have to go in system. Yeah, I've forgotten. I really have forgotten how you do it. From the... Ah, there we go. So we'll go with that one. Set target. But is... No, that one. Oh, there's a couple of ships here, but I can't remember if that's how we do it. There's no countdown or anything. I can't see any. What was that? Oh, that's Mimic. I can't see anything here that helps me. Fucking lost. Completely. Hey Mike, how's it going? I haven't, sorry. We're in the Vale West. I don't know how to jump my ship here. Did I do the right thing? I don't think I did. There's part of me goes, you don't know where you are, Swifty. You don't know where you are. Better click this planet. All that. It's gonna say set target. So I really don't know what I'm doing wrong. Because if I hold it, it's gonna just set me. This was easy before. Huh? I just heard somebody kicking off and I don't know why. Nobody help me. I know, mate, they're all bloody... And sorry, I keep dropping my headphones because I'm trying to listen to what the fuck's going on outside. There's something kicking off, but it's always something kicking off. South Americans are fucking weird. They reckon they have a hot blood. They're just idiots. Seriously, the idea of hot blood. Fucking pathetic. Yeah, it's just jumped off, hasn't it? So it's not that. I really can't remember how you set freaking. Is it something in my controls? Really can't remember how you set really don't know what he said. It's completely lost. This is what really gets me about this game, because it shouldn't be lost. So, Codex. So can't go into training. Hang on. Go to the carrier management button that's in the panel on your right. But when you say right, do you mean this one? Carrier manager. Thank you. Fucking hell. Thank you. God, I'm glad somebody's got a brain. And it's not just me. I'd be still here next year. Seriously, I would. Right, so... Vale West. Okay. Okay, cool. So, our carrier will be here soon, but we don't have any, Thank you, Marshall, by the way. He might not leave likes, but he gives the information to save the day. So, Codex. So, yeah, I was, and I still haven't quite worked out how to use it. Now, I was reading a little bit about it earlier. So, like, if you look at this, let's talk about L'Orange Clouds button. Now, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 reported. But surely there's more than 7 people reported these. Now, if you notice the last one, I'm glad it did this. There's no name. So does that mean they reported it in PS5? PS4, Xbox? Because it just says reported location. So, if, for example, there's more than one Roseum L'Orange Cloud, does it just report the first one? Okay, to go there. And if there's 2 or 3, it doesn't report them all. It seems a bit strange because you look like, even if, let's have a look. Let's go much more basic. So you got 2 options. The in the right, the in Iraq, whatever. So let's have a look at this. So astronomical bodies, only 89 reported, and what was it? And 49 visited. So I've only visited 86, but there must be more reported. The neutron cell. So this is one not reported, but I visited. Here, black hole visited, but non-reported. How the fuck does that work? Answers on the postcard. Like, how do you report it? I didn't know you can report something. If you can, I'll report everything. I love how Mike's already picked up. I actually haven't drunk much. It's and I have to turn it off. Like, if I do this, right, okay. So I'm gonna put my headset on top of my head, right? So I'm not listening to myself. So I'm not going to sound so fucking weird now. I'm going to sound totally within my own mental headspace. And it's because I'm not getting the feedback. You can't imagine, when you've got the monitor on, you can't imagine how fucking weird it is. It's not easy. So I'm sure you've now heard in the last 30 seconds, like, I sound different. I sound more aware. I sound more on the ball. Like, yeah, because I'm not having to listen to myself. It's so weird. You're listening to yourself with a monitor, and that makes you want to speak slower because you're trying to catch up to yourself. It is such a strange thing. I'm gonna have a look at myself actually while I'm here. But hang on a minute. Sounds more drunk. Fuck off, I do not. Marshall, I'm not sure how that whole system works. I can assume it has some weird system that rates how significant. Maybe, but you see what I mean? Because, like, if I've hit a black hole and then it's saying nobody's reported it, I'm like, I've fucking been there. So let's have a look at a couple of our stats. We have stats. Oh shit, I didn't actually want to go out of that one. So at the moment, combat rank master, explorer rank elite, yes, trade rank elite, that's obvious. CQC, helpless, because I'm not playing that. Mercenary rank, I don't know what that is. I'm guessing that's something to do with landing on planets. Exobiologist rank, directionalist, because I haven't even got touch on that. So I have visited on this account total 3,311 systems. I've played for 3 weeks straight, 4 days, 15 hours, 53 minutes, which is less than I thought. I'd be very interested on my primary account, my original primary account, how long I played. 3 weeks doesn't seem enough, but this account is semi-new. I think I bought it with Horizons, I think. Trading profit 5 billion, 5.6 billion, which God knows where all that money's gone now. So if I sold everything I had, I don't think I'd ever knew anywhere near that. £2.2 million rebuy cost. Owning 11 ships, and the highest bounty I've had is 264,000. I think that was when I was drunk. So the good thing is my current assets 6 million apparently. I can't imagine what they are. Spent $1 billion on ships, which when you work it out works out about right. I spent $1 billion on outfitting. It's pretty scary. Only 7 million on repairs, that's good. Only 200,000 on fuel, which I'm really proud of. That's nothing. I've actually spent double on munitions. Only 10 insurance claims. I think 8 of them are from crashing. Which came to nearly 100 million, so that's pretty good. I've only spent 300,000 on suits because I ain't spending any more. I haven't spent anything on personal weapons. Nothing spent on 100,000 spent on consumables. Total suits on blah 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 blah. 1,748 bounties claimed is pretty shocking. That's a lot for 293 million. So I'm happy. I'm happy in a way about that because I didn't realise I'd make so much from killing people. Combat bonds, 7 million. Yeah, I've been in a couple of combat situations. Assassinations, 100. Look at that. 1,748 bounties for 293. and just 82 assassinations for half the money. So assassinations is the way to go. It's written. Highest single reward, I'm supposing that is for a kill. 827,000. Look at that. Crime, notoriety 0, fans and kids 65, that's actually quite a lot. I'm a bit sad about that. Smuggling, let's see. Look at that, I'm not a smuggler. Trading, that's the one you want to look for. I don't know what it means by market network. I'm guessing it's places traded with. For a total of 5.6 billion. 61,000 commodities traded is an average profit of 18 million per transaction. Highest single transaction, 441 million, so that's pretty good. Mining, profit from mining, 4.5 billion for 6,000 finds, so that's not actually bad. Now, this is the one I always want to look at, the exploration, because I love this part. So I visited 3,311 systems with 379 million profit. So that would work out what? Would that work out 100,000 per system visited? I think it would. Level 2 detail scans, I'm not sure what the difference between... I know what level 3 is because it would be the highest. Ah, there you can go. Can you see that? Efficiency bonus 207. 207? I thought I had much higher than that. Highest power 8.5, so I think that's for singular system, not a singular planet. Yeah, nothing too important. Missions accepted. Tourists, criminals. Look at how many criminals are transported. Disgusting. I'm happy I've had 703 refugees. I have explorers. I thought I had more than that. I'm sure I remember more than that. So log, search and rescue. Yes, it's 0, but it should be more than that. I actually have a search and rescue ship. I built it out for search and rescues. Panels cut, I'm guessing that's on foot. Settlements, yeah, must be. Total encounters, I've had way more than 4. I don't know what this is for, but I've definitely had more than 4. Material trades, okay. 18,000 materials traded. Oh, in total, that probably makes sense. Fleet carriers. Total credits earned from commodities, 1.3 billion. I must have spent them on myself. Must have. Redemption office payment 39 million. Right, okay. Exobiologist MD, okay. Let's see if our ships arrived. I'm thinking now because I don't think it's been 15 minutes. Where's my mouse? Oh, I don't know. Hang on. I'm guessing that mark is just... I'm trying to use Star Eater and Explore. Right, let's have a look at our carrier management tab. Probably jumping right now. Jumping in 1 minute, okay. Okay. So we'll travel to it 1 minute. We'll sell off what we've got. How's it going, Mike, by the way? I know you're in the other night stream. I just want to know who you are tonight. Very, very, very small, tiny, literally to wet the lips. Well, it's not too bad tonight. I've had the neck, the neck and a little bit more. So yeah, to catch everybody up, I am actually, you know what, I'll load up while we wait for the jump. I'll load up my next projected area. Cheat. Okay, so Vale West. So I think what we're probably going to do is go to the Sada region. I've actually been there before, I remember it. Then we'll go to the Vale Northeast. And then I think we'll go to Elephant's Trunk, then Pelican North, and then the Cave and the NGC. And then we're going to do a bigger one where we'll go out to the Trivia to the North and then come back to Sol via the Flaming Star, California, Eskimo, Hind, and Pleiades, but we might not stop in the Pleiades. That'll be my test. So I'm staying within reach of the bubble, just to see how my brain sticks out to it. And then if I feel comfortable and we do alright, then we will go out to the Statue of Liberty Nebula, which is to the east of Sol. East? Yeah, to the east of Sol. And then from then on, it'll just be deep space. That's the kind of hope and the expectation of what I want. So, yeah, that'll be it really. Because I've kind of, you know, I always go out and I say I'm going to do something, but then I never go anywhere, so I want some direction until I get used to being alone in the black. And then once you're used to it, we'll go crazy. Right, Mike says, I had a few drinks myself. What have you been on, Mike? What have you been supping? What have you been enjoying? I don't want to pick up drinking too much because I'm actually cutting down. Might not see me, but I am. Maybe not tonight. I'm gonna be too much tonight, but not by a lot. Actually, no, I haven't. Go easy. Tomorrow I've got a meeting tomorrow, so.
Request confirmed. Proceed to your landing pad.
But I'm generally trying to stay under.
Land granted. Your computer will do the rest.
A third of a bottle. No, not a third. A fifth of a bottle. With the neck, it's quite hard to imagine, but I think I've got like 1/5. Boom, 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 boom. This is so good being able to land on fleet carrier. Carrier? Carrier. Dororo, where's the Aurora red line from? So before we start, let me predict.
Landing complete. Ship secured. Welcome, Commander.
So we had 5, if I remember right, we had 5 poo planets. We had 4 or 3 or 4 water worlds, 1 Earth-like, and the rest high metal content. So that's 4, 8. So it's 5 and 4 is 9, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, let's say 12, 13. We might not have made I'm expecting 15, 16 million from cartography. Just have a look. Anything over would be nice. 15, 16 million. Prove me wrong. Couldn't. Because I get more money if you prove me wrong. Actually, it could go under. I'm thinking 15, 16 here. So you got 12.6. It's full page. Oh, you bugger. 12 points. I was way under. So what did I say? 14, 16, 12, 30. I was like 1.4 under. That's honestly, in comparison to recent nights, where I wasn't using the micro jump, standard jump, and I was making more money. Oh, God. This game needs to take a chill pill. It really does. What's in Michael? That's good actually, because I'm going through the same thing. I need to cut down, and I am, but it's such and such. It's gone slowly, but it does go. Disembark. It does go. It does. Even if it's slow. But that's why when I put the last one, I was like, just a smidgen. Because I'm on the edge now, and if I go to bed now, I'll be happy go lucky. Run, Forest. I was gonna say, run, mother lover. I was saying it's blocked his name. That's disgusting. But do you know what? When I first walked on the fleet carrier, because when I loaded us, I have to take the headphones off because I can't hear myself think. When I first loaded Odyssey. Before, because it was Budman who paid for it. Budman paid for my Odyssey account. Fleet carriers weren't enterable. So I entered the fleet carrier yesterday and I was like, because I mean, God knows I had a scare about Ellersgar this weekend. But when I saw Baron von Zimski here, like, I don't know, maybe people didn't realize on stream, but it really kind of made me happy, and it made me a little bit emotional to see his name. Like, it's so cool. Plastered all over the ship, so everywhere you go, Baron von Zimski. Like, it's here. It's here. I mean, of course it's here because that's a repeat. It's here. It's here. You see it on the screen. You see it there. You see it there. Like, it's just... It's nice. It's really nice. I don't know. It's really, it's making me feel emotional. I don't want to get too emotional in a stream, but you just see it everywhere, and it's like, okay, I know, like the people who made the game didn't understand, but when you see somebody's legacy like that, that's so nice, so nice. Joe, I'm telling you, YouTube has some crazy ass thing where I say I'm gonna stop, gonna log out, and then it sends you a fucking notification. Oh, it's about to log off. Okay, get Joe Soap's notification in. I can't explain it otherwise. You always like come in right at the end. I'm so sorry. It's not my fault, Joe. Who owns YouTube? Nah, it's not Mark Zuckerberg. I don't know, isn't it? I'll be the Google dudes one. Yeah, so you see like there, Baron Bones. It's just everywhere. It's so cool. It feels really nice. He doesn't know because he's passed away. Like, but I don't know. I like it. Oh, I stood up. I didn't even know I pressed the button to stand up. I honestly didn't. Sit down, you dick. Sit down, sit down, sit down. No, it's like literally it's one of these things where when I finish my thingamajig, I sit down, you know, to see. Because unfortunately you don't get quarters. You should get quarters. Go to sleep, log out. Makes sense, doesn't it? So, oh God, you started the second character. Are you a freak? Does your wife spank you? Sorry. She does. With a paddle. The hand's not enough. Right, my good peeps. Unfortunately, Joe, I'm gonna sign out because I'm high as a kite and these painkillers, and the cats are gonna get restless. I can't string two words together with this monitor back in my ear, so I'm gonna have to call it. But listen, I will be on at the weekend. I'm gonna be honest, I have to play it by emotion, shall we say, so I don't know if I'll play Elite. I'll play something else at the weekend because I'm going to play it as I see fit. Weekdays I'm going to try and keep up on a Wednesday. I really truly am, because Wednesday's one of the days where I have a few classes. My kids are really cool, so I think Wednesday's the day that I can stream and enjoy. Also, I'm going to start later. I'm going to start an hour later because I feel like when I start at 8 UK time or 9 UK time, people don't drop in as much as they do when I'm like 1 hour later or whatever. So I'll try to drop in a bit later and play more to the UK time. Might help when I'm calling my grandma, actually. And what else? I have an intention to keep playing Elite now, so I've said it, like, I've not just said it, but I have a list of nebula to visit, and I'm gonna micro jump to each one, and then we'll go back to the bubble, and then when we get back to the bubble, there will be a decision to go out. So if I complete it all, then I'll be ready to go out. And then I think this account is going to be out there. If I want to come back to the bubble, I'll have a second account which I'll work with. I think those will be the rules. So people, I'll say 9/7. I will see you at the weekend. I don't know which day yet because I'm not sure which day I'm going to be doing my walk this weekend. But every weekend this winter I'm going to be walking, so there will be only one night of the stream. If anybody who's interested, I'll try and upload photos and stuff to the Marmot channel, to the Happy Marmot stuff. Which for anybody who likes mountains or even walking could be semi-interesting. So do click on the Discord link. Do add yourself to the Discord if you aren't already added. And I put my headphones over my ears and then lost track. So yeah, I think that's it. I want to thank everybody for joining in tonight, and I'll say 9/7 to you all, and I'll see you at the weekend. Okay, 9/7. Good evening.